Okay, we got this case split apart. Give you a little tour of the internals. Start off. Crankshaft, counterbalance shaft, oil pump, oil pickup, transmission, middle gear, final drive, middle gear. Okay, this is how your transmission works. This right here is called the shift drum. It has these little channels cut in it, here and here, and these are forks. These are shift forks, and they have little nubs on the end of it that fit in those grooves. So as you shift, this shift drum turns, and these follow the grooves and move these forks up and down. If you come on this side, this is the shaft that has the secondary sheave on it. So this is your input shaft into the transmission. Comes from the crankshaft through the primary sheave, through the belt, to the secondary sheave, into this shaft right here. You can see the input shaft right there. Okay, this is low gear. You got little gear, big gear. They use low gear. And then you got high gear, which is this gear and this gear. Those two together make high gear. That gear down there is your final drive gear, but it also works as your reverse gear. So let's see if I can show you how this works. If you turn your final gear here, this meshes with that, and that's your U-joint going to the front. The other shaft comes in to the back side here. That goes to the rear drive shaft. So this meshes against this gear like that. So when they talk about a stronger middle gear or a middle gear housing, that's this housing right here. This is the middle gear housing. They strengthen this part right here. This part wants to break. So they have an aftermarket one that this is stronger. Now if you notice, that has been scribed right there. Quite too much for the camera to see. But it says plus 02. That's the shims that they use when they put it together. There's a +2 on that and a -2 on that. That tells them what shims to use. These shims right here. And these shims set the depth of these teeth against these teeth. So you get a proper wear and proper teeth mesh or proper gear mesh. Okay, so back to the transmission. This is your final gear out here. It's hooked solid to that gear right there and this center shaft. See the center shaft spinning? And those are the shift forks there where they come down. There's one here and there's one here. So what happens, it's in neutral right now, because this is coming in from the belt. It spins this direction, it spins clockwise, so it comes in from the belt. Now you also see that gear down there on the bottom with the chain. That's your reverse. So as this gear is always turning, these two gears are also always turning. Now when you turn the shift drum, you'll see it here. Come on. You see you want that lug right there. Will drop down into that hole right there, like that. And now you've got high gear, because this gear and the shaft, the output or the middle shaft here, are locked together. So now you've got power coming in from the belt and the sheave to this gear, across this gear, to the middle shaft, to that gear and out. So that's high gear. So, like I said, you've got power coming in from this shaft all the way through. It's locked this gear to the middle shaft through those lugs right there. Actually, what I can do is I can pull this off. This is the low gear. See the dents there? See these lugs? That actually slides up and locks into these lugs, and that's how you get your low gear. So I can turn that. See, that lifts that back out of there. Okay, now we're back in neutral. One more. So now we're back in high gear again. Now this one will lift up. Can't turn it and lift it and hold the camera all at the same time. Come on. There we go. Sorry if I'm moving things around, too close, too far away, trying to get this set for you. But see, now you can see that this piece right here is up. These lugs now lock into this gear, which locks this gear to the shaft. Now you have low gear. You see how much slower that gear is turning compared to the input shaft? That means you got more torque, more low end power, but you won't go as fast. So that's for climbing hills, mud bogs, anything where you need just to slow a lot of power, but going slow. So that's low gear. So then you turn this thing back this way. Okay, now that drops. Now you're back in high gear. Now see how much faster it's turning compared to it. Okay, then you go one more this way. Okay, that now you're in neutral. Now nothing turns. And then you go one more this way, and that pushes that one down. Let me put the phone down for a minute, or the camera down. Okay. I was having troubles with this shaft right here. The shaft had popped up, so it wouldn't let this fork drop down. But if you notice now, see this fork is pushed down against that gear. That gear, those little lugs now, are locked into that gear that has the chain on it. That chain is what gives you your reverse gear. So as your power comes in through here, it goes all the way down to that gear down there with the chain on it. It turns that one. It turns that gear the same direction. Now both shafts are turning the same direction, and that's what gives you your reverse. See, now this one's going clockwise, this one's going counterclockwise. That's what gives you your reverse. So that gear locking into that sprocket down there that has the chain on it, that's what gives you your reverse gear. Because now this shaft and this middle shaft are going the same direction. Between this one and this one, they're going the opposite direction. So that's how you get your reverse. And the drum, you can see the little nubs on the forks there are all the way through those screws. So as you turn that, as this turns, as you move the shifter, this drum turns. It brings that fork up and out, like that. Now you're in neutral again. So the middle gear, the drive gear doesn't turn. Input gear turns. This one doesn't turn, the middle shaft doesn't turn. So there's your neutral. Then you got neutral. And then you go down again. That locks down into that one. See, that was why I was having a hard time. That gear locks down into that. Now you've got high gear. Now you got high gear. Let's pop out again. Yeah, good. So, and then you turn it one more time. This one comes up. These lugs lock into that gear that gives you low gear. That's the workings of the transmission. High gear, low gear, and reverse. Like I say, counterbalance shaft, crankshaft, oil pump, final drive gear, or middle gear it's called, transmission. That's the inner workings of a 660. Any questions? Leave us a comment. Okay, let's see if we can get a video of everything coming out together. Pull these out first. There's your middle gear. Hold on the snap ring onto that gear. And they talk about a heavier gear, it's this piece right here. This piece tends to break. It's this piece right here, this piece right here tends to break. So they have an upgraded, heavier duty one that you can put in, but this is what you have to do to get to it, to put it in. That motor, I believe, already has it in. gear comes out. There's the shift drum. See how it has the grooves in it? This is your reverse groove. This is your high-low groove. That little pin on the back touches the switch to turn your lights on for high and low. These are your shift forks. The little nubs on the bottom here. These are spring loaded on there. Those are your shift forks. That's all your gear train right there. Your reverse gear here. Here's your reverse gear, and this sure slides back and forth for your high-low. That's your middle gear. That engages with the drive gear. That slides back and forth for your reverse, and then your end gear. So, that out. I'm not going to mess with some of the bearings. They might be good, they might not be good. I'm not going to mess with them. This piece got pretty beat up too, just from all the metal flying around in there, right there. Oil pump, I'm sure it's no good. But we'll take it out. I think we'll come out. Just the pickup tube. Pickup screen. That I should probably just throw that away. You never get all the metal out of it. Not connected to the gear on the other side. I can't get that gear off until I get that. Not a hoarder. I'm not. Roll bearings for the rod. That just starts out like that. And there's the oil pump. It's all bound up. That's just nasty. Yep, that's trash. Water pump and oil pump drive chain gear in there. A little chain right here. You can see it. That drives your oil pump and the water pump. Let's check the oil. Now is pull the flywheel, and then get the one-way gear and spring for the starter, and that'll be it. The gear for the counterbalance. The counterbalance took a pretty good hit too. It's dinged up pretty good. The rest of this can go to scrap. Scrappy. It is just nasty. pressure release valve for the oil passage. Oil comes through here and down into this passage right here, and then there's a little spring valve in there. See if it's down in that little hole right there, there's a valve. And that's for if something plugs up and it gets too much oil pressure, it'll relieve it right there and push it and relieve it back into the case. If you don't have oil pressure, that's a possibility. There's also another one in the filter housing. Another oil pressure. Right there. That's an oil pressure relief. So if something happens with the filter or whatever, it relieves oil pressure right there. Right there. So this is where this is on the back side where it screws to the case. And so you got oil right here. This is going out to the cooler or coming in. And if it gets too much pressure there, then it pops that little valve right there. So it'll open that little valve right there. It's your pressure relief valve. That's it. That's all we can do for now.